Hey, Dutch Uncle George here, and on this video I'm going to talk about something a little bit different than what I've been doing recently. And although it does link up with something I said recently on another video, which to start out I said that looks don't matter when it comes to dating. And I stand by that statement. But on today's video I'm going to talk about physical fitness, getting in shape, that kind of thing, because although looks truly don't matter, if you look better and feel better, it's not going to hurt when you're trying to, meet people to date and have sex with and all that good stuff. So that's what I'm going to talk about. And I'm coming from, I'm 57 years old, and it isn't something somebody told me to do. It's just something I happen to do. I started working out when I was a late teenager and just kind of continued it throughout life. And so one thing I want to tell you about that is that I really don't think that I would be able to get into as good a shape as I'm in now if I wasn't maintaining that over the course of my life. If I started out and, basically was sedentary and didn't do crap and let myself get out of shape and then tried to get into the shape I'm in now, it would be tough. And that's something I want you to kind of think about. If you're younger, you're in 20s, 30s, something like that, and you're like, I'll start taking better care of myself when I get older, when it's important. Start taking care of yourself now is my point of this whole thing. And you don't have to be a gym rat. You don't have to go and get swole and be big and bulky and full of muscles. You don't have to take steroids and bulk up and all that crap. It's just important to do something physically active, especially if most of your life is not physically active. If you're, doing a sedentary job, you have a sedentary life at home, maybe you're gaming or surfing the internet is most of your activity. You really need to start adding in some physical activity for one, not only to look better, but two, to feel better, because a lot of that stuff, it just makes you tired, it makes you fatigued, it puts you in a bad mood, and exercise will tend to help all of those things. In fact, there's a recent study that showed that exercise was as good, if not better, than prescription antidepressants in controlling depression. So it's pretty powerful stuff, and I know it's a pain to get started with it, and so that's why I'm saying, you don't need to go to the gym or something like that. Choose something that you enjoy doing or at least don't hate doing. So maybe that is going to the gym and lifting weights. And side effect there is you're going to be out around other people. Maybe you get to meet somebody that you like and take it from there. But it could also be something like, walking. Just go for a walk around the block, or even walk in your home or apartment. Riding a bike, whether it's a stationary bike or an actual bike, go ride around outside. It could be playing tennis. It could be playing golf. It could be martial arts. It could be dancing. It could be a lot of different things. Anything that moves your body, and you do it on a regular basis. At least for maybe 20, 30 minutes a day, 3 or 4 days a week. It doesn't have to be a huge thing, but all of it counts. And, you can go online and it'll say, oh, you have to do this and you have to do that. Really, just do something. Start with something. And it doesn't have to be all that elaborate. You don't need any equipment. You can do body weight exercises like, push-ups. You can do squats, things that absolutely require hardly any space, don't require any equipment. All they require is a little bit of time and effort. And if you don't, feel up to doing like long exercise sessions, like 30 minutes or more, then you can do what's, popularly called now the exercise snack, where you do maybe, 3 to 5 minutes of activity at a time and do it a few times throughout the day. And again, doesn't have to be anything fancy, doesn't need to be anything that requires equipment. But if you're feeling kind of crappy, you're depressed, you're frustrated, you're angry with the world, you don't have any energy, exercise can be a big help in all of those areas. And I strongly urge you to try at least being a little more active if you've been really sedentary. And then, like I said, going forward in your life, it makes it much easier to stay in shape if you just maintain. And when you do that, Not only are you going to look and feel better as you get older, and look and feel look a lot better than people your same age, the other thing that happens is that you tend to avoid a lot of the other health issues that come along with age, like cardiovascular disease, that sort of thing. It also helps you maintain better cognitive function, so your brain still works when you get up to the old age that I am and beyond. It helps your brain work better. It helps your body work better. It improves your immune function, helps you avoid getting sick. So there's lots of stuff there that is beneficial beyond, just basically looking better, so maybe you get laid a little easier. But I strongly recommend it. Start when you're young, continue it throughout your life, and I think you'll be glad you did. So that covers it for this video. I hope you got something out of it, and like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll look for you in another video. Thanks for watching.